Do you feel shy when speaking English? Don't worry, you're not alone. Let me share a story that will help you feel confident. Welcome to the Fluent Storybook. Here, we improve your English with fun and inspiring stories. Let's begin. Aadland was a lively and kind girl who enjoyed spending time with her friends and family. She loved listening to stories, laughing at jokes, and dreaming about traveling to exciting places someday. But there was one thing that made her heart sink: speaking in English. Whenever Odland heard someone speak English fluently, she admired them. Yet, at the same time, she felt a sharp sting of insecurity. I'll never be able to speak like that, she thought. This fear made her avoid situations where she might need to use English. At school, things were even harder. Odland's teacher, Mrs. Parker, often encouraged students to participate in English conversations during class. One day, Mrs. Parker asked Odland to answer a simple question in English. Everyone turned to look at her. Odland's hands turned cold, and her cheeks flushed bright red. Words were stuck in her throat. After a long, awkward silence, she mumbled something in her native language. Her classmates giggled softly, and Odland felt small and embarrassed. It wasn't just in class. At home, her parents wanted her to improve her English too. "It's important for your future, Odland," her dad would say. But whenever she tried to practice with her family, she felt awkward and uncomfortable. She feared they would correct her too much or think she wasn't smart. One afternoon, Odland's best friend, Mia, invited her to a birthday party. Most of Mia's cousins spoke English, and Odland knew she would have to talk to them. The thought made her stomach twist in knots. What if I say something wrong, she worried. What if they laugh at me? In the end, Odland decided not to go to the party, even though she really wanted to. Day by day, Odland's fear of speaking English grew. She wanted to change, but she didn't know where to begin. "Maybe I'm just not good at English," she told herself sadly. But deep inside, she wished she could be brave enough to speak, even if she made a few mistakes. That was Odland's big problem. Her fear of English wasn't just about the words. It was about her confidence, her belief in herself. And until she found a way to overcome that fear, Odland knew she would keep missing out on fun and exciting moments in life. One sunny afternoon, Odland sat alone on a park bench, staring at the ducks swimming in the pond. She had her school bag with her, but she wasn't in the mood to do her homework. The memory of her last embarrassing moment in English class was still fresh in her mind. "Why can't I just speak like everyone else?" she whispered to herself, feeling her eyes sting with tears. She sighed deeply, clutching her notebook tightly. She often carried it with her, hoping she could write down thoughts in English. But even writing felt difficult sometimes. As she sat lost in her thoughts, a gentle voice broke through her sadness. "Why do you look so troubled, dear?" Odland turned to see an older woman sitting beside her on the bench. The woman had kind eyes, gray hair tied into a neat bun, and a warm smile that made Odland feel a little better. Odland hesitated. She wasn't used to sharing her feelings with strangers. But something about the woman felt comforting, as if she wouldn't judge her. "It's nothing," Odland mumbled, looking away. "Nothing," the woman chuckled softly. "You're gripping that notebook as if it's a treasure chest. It must be something important." Odland looked at her notebook, then back at the woman. "I'm just scared of speaking English," she admitted quietly. "Every time I try, I mess up and people laugh. I don't think I'll ever get better." The woman's smile didn't waver. Instead, she nodded thoughtfully. "Ah, I understand that feeling very well," she said. "You know, when I was your age, I felt the same way about speaking French. I used to think, what if I sound silly? What if they don't understand me? But then I realized something important." "Curious," Odland asked. "What did you realize?" The woman leaned in slightly, as if sharing a secret. I realized that learning a language isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to try. Every mistake you make is a step toward getting better. Odland frowned. But people laugh when I make mistakes. It's so embarrassing. Ah, the woman said, her eyes twinkling. Do you know what I did when I felt embarrassed? I laughed with them. I told myself, well, at least they noticed me. And then I tried again. Eventually, people stopped laughing and started listening. The woman reached in her bag and pulled out a little card. It had a list of simple English sentences written on it, like hello, how are you, and can you help me with this? She handed the card to Aadland. Start with these, she said. Use them whenever you can. Say hello to a shopkeeper, ask your teacher how their day is, or even greet someone new at school. Small steps lead to big changes. Odland looked at the card, her heart warming with hope. But what if I still feel scared? She asked. The woman smiled. It's okay to feel scared. Fear is a sign that you're about to grow. Just remind yourself why you want to speak English. Think of all the friends you can make, the books you can read, and the adventures you can have. For the first time in days, Odland felt a spark of determination. She tucked the card in her notebook and said, Thank you. I'll try. As the woman stood up to leave, she patted Odland's shoulder. Remember, practice makes progress, not perfection. You've got this. With that, she walked away, leaving Odland with a smile on her face and a new sense of courage in her heart. That evening, Odland opened her notebook and wrote down the words the woman had shared. Practice makes progress. She promised herself she would try, no matter how small the steps. And for the first time, she believed she could. The next morning, Odland woke up feeling a mixture of nervousness and excitement. The words of the kind woman from the park echoed in her mind. Small steps lead to big changes. Odland wasn't sure where to begin, but she decided to start small, just as the stranger had suggested. After breakfast, Odland stood by the window and noticed her neighbor, Lisa, watering her flowers. Lisa was always friendly, and they often waved at each other. But Odland had never spoken more than a few words to her. Odland clutched her notebook tightly, where she had written a few simple sentences the stranger had given her. Okay, she whispered to herself, I can do this. Her heart pounded as she stepped out of her house and walked over to Lisa's garden. Hi, Lisa, she said, her voice trembling slightly. Lisa turned around, surprised, but happy to see her. Oh, hi, Odland. How are you today? For a moment, Odland froze, but then she remembered the sentence she had practiced. I'm good. How are you? She replied quickly. Lisa smiled warmly and said, I'm doing well. These flowers are finally blooming after so much care. Odland didn't know what to say next, but she decided to ask a simple question. What kind of flowers are these? She asked, pointing at the bright red blooms. Lisa seemed delighted to share. These are roses. Aren't they beautiful? As Lisa talked about her garden, Odland felt her nerves slowly melt away. She nodded and listened carefully, saying simple things like, that's nice, or wow, I didn't know that. By the time their conversation ended, Odland felt a small spark of pride. She had done it, her first real conversation in English. That afternoon, Odland decided to take her next step. She was at the grocery store with her mother and saw an opportunity. When they reached the cashier, Odland whispered to her mom, Can I talk to him? Her mom raised an eyebrow, but nodded with a smile. Odland cleared her throat and handed the cashier a pack of gum. Excuse me, how much is this? She asked, her voice soft but steady. The cashier replied, It's $1. Odland quickly said, Okay, thank you, and paid for it. Her heart raced, but she felt proud. It wasn't much, but it was another small victory. Over the next few days, Odland made it her goal to talk to at least one person in English every day. She practiced with her family at dinner, asking her dad, How was your day? and answering his questions as best as she could. She also started saying good morning to her classmates in English and even helped a younger student find their way to the library by saying, "It's this way. Follow me." One of the most memorable moments happened when Odland joined a group of classmates during lunch. Usually, she avoided sitting with others because she was afraid of speaking. But that day, she decided to give it a try. The group was talking about their favorite TV shows, and Odland's friend Mia asked her, "Odland, what's your favorite show?" At first, Odland panicked. She didn't know how to describe her favorite show in English. But instead of staying silent, she smiled nervously and said, "I like a funny show. It has jokes and a family." Mia laughed kindly and said, "Oh, that sounds like Friends. Do you mean something like that?" Odland nodded eagerly, relieved that Mia understood. The group welcomed her into the conversation, and although Odland's sentences were short and simple, nobody laughed or teased her. In fact, they encouraged her to keep talking. Mia even said, "You're doing great, Odland. I didn't know you liked funny shows like me." Every small step Odland took built her confidence bit by bit. Whether it was talking to Lisa about flowers, asking questions at the store, or chatting with her friends during lunch, Odland began to realize something important. People were kind and patient when she tried, and her fear of making mistakes started to shrink. She didn't feel perfect, and she still stumbled over words sometimes, but Odland was proud of herself. With each conversation, she felt a little braver, and the voice in her head saying, "You can't do this," was slowly being replaced by, "You're doing great. Keep going." Odland knew she was on her way to achieving something she once thought was impossible: speaking English without fear. Weeks passed, and Odland's confidence in speaking English grew stronger each day. Every time she spoke, even if it was just a small sentence or a short question, she felt her fear getting smaller. She no longer avoided conversations at school, and she even looked forward to speaking in English whenever she had the chance. Her friends started to notice, too. One afternoon, while they were all sitting together in the schoolyard, Mia turned to Odland with a big smile. "Odland, have you heard? Our teacher, Mrs. Parker, is organizing a class debate next week. It's about the best way to save the environment. Everyone can join in if they want to." Odland's heart skipped a beat. She had always watched debates on TV and admired how confidently people spoke their ideas. But the thought of speaking in front of the whole class made her stomach twist with nerves. She hesitated. "A debate? I don't know if I can do it." Mia encouraged her. "Come on, Odland. You're so good at talking to people now. You can totally do it. I'll be there with you." Odland bit her lip, thinking about the big opportunity. She remembered how far she had come, from avoiding English altogether to having conversations with her friends and neighbors. "Maybe this is my next step," she thought. She decided to give it a try. That evening, Odland sat at her desk, flipping through her notebook. She had written down a few ideas about the environment in simple English. The task was still intimidating, but she knew she needed to practice. As she read over her notes, she practiced speaking out loud, telling herself, "It's okay to make mistakes. I've done it before, and I can do it again." The day of the debate arrived. Odland felt her nerves come rushing back as she stood in front of her classmates, all eyes on her. Mrs. Parker stood at the front of the room, smiling encouragingly. "Remember, class, the goal of a debate is to share your ideas clearly and respectfully. Don't worry about being perfect. Just speak from the heart." When it was Odland's turn, she took a deep breath. Her hands felt clammy, and her knees wobbled, but she stood up and walked to the front. The class fell silent, waiting for her to speak. Odland's mind raced, but she reminded herself of everything she had practiced. She began slowly but clearly. "We can save the environment by recycling. Recycling is when we take old things and make them new again. It helps the planet stay clean and healthy," she said, her voice a little shaky but determined. Odland's classmates listened closely, and no one laughed or interrupted her. She felt encouraged. As she continued, her voice grew steadier. We also need to stop wasting water. If we all save water, it will help the earth. Small things like turning off the tap when brushing teeth can make a big difference. When she finished, there was a brief moment of silence, and then the class clapped. Odland's cheeks turned pink, but this time it wasn't from embarrassment. It was from pride. Mrs. Parker smiled and nodded. Excellent job, Odland. You spoke clearly, and your ideas were really thoughtful. I'm proud of you. Later that day, as Odland walked home, she couldn't stop smiling. Her heart felt lighter than ever before. For the first time in her life, she had stood in front of her classmates and spoken in English without fear. It wasn't perfect, and she had made a few mistakes, but that didn't matter. What mattered was that she had done it. She had faced her biggest fear and come out stronger. Odland realized something powerful. Speaking English wasn't about being flawless. It was about sharing her thoughts and connecting with others. As she walked, she thought of all the other things she could do now that she had conquered her fear. She could join more conversations, make new friends, and even travel to English-speaking places. When she got home, Odland ran to her parents, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Guess what, Mom and Dad? I did it. I spoke in the debate today, and everyone listened. Her parents hugged her tightly, proud of her achievement. Odland's journey to overcoming her fear of speaking English wasn't easy, but it was worth every step. From feeling shy and insecure to confidently speaking in front of a class, Odland had proven to herself that she could do anything she set her mind to. If Odland could go from avoiding English to speaking in a debate, then anyone can take that first step and begin their own journey. The key isn't perfection, it's courage. The courage to speak, to try, and to keep going, no matter how many mistakes you make along the way. So, just like Odland, you can start today. Every word you say, every conversation you have is a step closer to your goal. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are simply part of the learning process, and with every mistake, you get better and better. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. You've got this.